1985. IBM and Microsoft sign a deal. They're going to build the operating system of the future together, replace DOS, dominate the next decade of personal computing. They called it OS/2. It was technically superior to anything Microsoft would release for the next 10 years. Stable, powerful, crash-resistant. Microsoft's own engineers used it internally to build their other products. Then Microsoft walked away, built Windows instead, and made sure OS/2 couldn't compete. This is the story of how the most powerful company in software history betrayed its own partner and got away with it completely. IBM and Microsoft had been the two most powerful companies in personal computing through the 1980s. IBM made the hardware. Microsoft made the software that ran on it, DOS. By 1985, DOS was showing its age. It couldn't multitask. It crashed constantly. It was built for a world of 640 kilobytes of RAM, and that world was ending fast. So they agreed to build something new from scratch. OS/2, Operating System 2, protected memory so programs couldn't crash each other, true multitasking, a graphical interface, everything DOS couldn't do. OS/2 1.0 shipped in December 1987. Early versions were rough, but by 1992, OS/2 2.0 was a different product entirely. The first 32-bit operating system for consumer PCs with a desktop interface so clean and capable that IBM had borrowed design ideas from the Amiga. It could run DOS programs, Windows programs, and OS/2 programs simultaneously. It was more stable than anything Microsoft offered. Developers inside Microsoft called it better than their own products. Some kept using it after the partnership ended, because it was simply the better tool. In 1990, Windows 3.0 launched. It wasn't technically impressive. It ran on top of DOS and crashed regularly. But it was cheap, it worked on any PC, and Microsoft marketed it relentlessly. It sold 3 million copies in 4 months. Microsoft had a decision to make. OS/2 was the future they had promised IBM. Windows was the future they could sell right now. They chose Windows. The partnership collapsed between 1990 and 1992. IBM continued OS/2 development alone. Microsoft poured everything into Windows. Microsoft had written large parts of OS/2's code. When they walked away, IBM had to rebuild from scratch the parts that belonged to Microsoft. A joint project became a legal minefield. Meanwhile, Microsoft's productivity apps, Word and Excel, ran noticeably better on Windows than on OS/2. Whether intentional or not, the result was the same. OS/2 users had a technically superior OS running technically inferior apps. OS/2 cost $195. Windows 3.1 cost $150. And Windows ran on cheaper hardware. IBM didn't help itself. OS/2 Warp launched in 1994 with a multi-million-dollar advertising campaign.
I didn't see this. They didn't tell me about it. Is this new?
This is OS/2 Warp. This isn't what you're used to using. Word processor, spreadsheet, communications program, personal information manager, database, everything you need packaged in. Cool. All of those are running right now at the same time.
Multitasking.
So many things.
Record and playback video.
Yeah, I think it obliterates the software I use right now.
Yeah.
The ads were confusing. The product name meant nothing to regular people. On many of IBM's own consumer machines, it wouldn't install at all. IBM was a company built around selling to businesses and governments. When Windows 95 launched in 1995 with a Rolling Stone soundtrack and Midnight Store openings, IBM's response was a press release. OS/2 found its audience anyway. Banks, governments, airlines. It ran ATMs. It ran point-of-sale terminals. It ran, and still runs, large parts of the New York City subway system. But it never reached consumers. And without consumers, it never got developers. And without developers, it never got the software ecosystem it needed to compete. OS/2 was discontinued in 2006. 21 years after IBM and Microsoft shook hands on the deal that was supposed to define the future of computing. Microsoft won. Not because Windows was better, because Microsoft understood that in software, the ecosystem matters more than the product. Cheaper hardware, more apps, better marketing, lower price. Windows wasn't superior, it was everywhere. OS/2 was better. That didn't matter. Somewhere under New York City, it still does its job.